Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Aircraft Speculation. As always, I'm your host, Meng. Nowadays, the training cost and the salary of the pilots are very expensive, and which are the most significantly cost to the airline. Test is that unmanned a real vehicle are powered. Real vehicles that do not carry a human operator and Australian transport safety budget also states that remotely piloted aircraft is a subcategory of unmanned aircraft. The appearance of the RPA may be a possible way to reduce the cost of the flight. In today's episode, we are delighted to have the CEO of International Airlines, as well as Shanna, who is a professional at USW Sydney. The topic for discussion today is unmanned rail system, reality or friction. We are also joined by Kite, who is an expert in this topic of unmanned rail system. We are joined by Kite, Sean, Shanna, and Jack.
Welcome everyone to today's show. Let's start this discussion off by finding out a little bit about our special guest here today. So please introduce yourself and what your job is.
Hi, my name is Sharon and I'm the CEO of the International Airlines. I've been running the business for around 5 years and I've seen many changes in the aviation industry.
Hi, my name is Kit and I am an expert at UNSW Sydney. I major in engineering, especially with new aviation technology. I've been teaching at UNSW for 10 years. I have developed many new ideas that can help change in the aviation industry.
Hi, my name is Shana and I'm a professor in the field of aviation. More specifically, I have looking into the human factor of aviation and how they can be reduced.
So the topic for tonight is unmanned aircraft systems and whether they will be available for us to use in the future. So its first question is, which we have received from our viewers, is what is the major concerns to the airlines if you're going to launch the remotely piloted aircrafts?
Our biggest concern will surely be whether it's profitable and beneficial for us to run or not. As you can tell, there are lots of different costs in the whole operation, such as the salaries of the employees, the fuel costs, aircraft insurance, and the passenger service costs, electric. When the whole thing becomes a reality, it's expected that there are many costs that can be minimized gradually, such as the pilot training costs and the flight crew expenses, which are the two most significant costs and vital expenses in the whole operation. Nevertheless, using the UAV will surely generate some new costs, like you have to use a new budget on research and development. But in long term, we believe that it can help us cut down the costs.
Kit, as an expert in this field, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, sure. It seems the cost will be reduced by launching RPA, but for my opinion, the current technology limitation of operating RPA is the need for a large amount for the ground support. Professor Tate did a study in 1974. 94 people were needed to support 2 RPAs in Southeast Asia. In 21 years later, 16 people would be needed to operate the sample using a new version RPA. As we can see, even the technology level has been improved in those years. The ground support is still needed. This is the limitation would result in additional cost to operate RPA.
When piloted aircrafts are introduced, does this mean that the amount of accidents and fatalities will reduce?
Could be reducing some waves if we enhance training for the operators. It is reported that 80% of aviation crash and 50% of aviation incidents are contributed to by pilot errors. And these errors were mostly caused by fatigue. RPA may reduce accident resulted by fatigue. However, there is still a big concern of safety. Anthony suggested that Situational awareness of an RPA operator may be degraded due to the challenge of human-machine synergy. When the controller is on the ground, it is recommended to enhance training for the operator and help the RPA operator maintain flight and prescriptive of sense, especially through imitation in the ground control station and applying or enhanced synergetic vision technology.
Kit, are there any other limitations about the safety problems that you could tell our audience about?
Yeah, sure. One of the other limitations is the technology is that if the RPA operates outside the data link coverage or it breaks the connection, it will be not able to operate independently. Therefore, the passenger will be in danger. We can imagine that is how terrible things if the aircraft have no pilot and lost connection.
Remotely piloted aircrafts are one of the most controversial discussions of the future of aviation. From the discussion we had, it seems like it could be a possibility for the future, but the main question is, will people fly with it? The discussion has allowed us to understand this topic and this idea from different perspectives and to see whether this would be a reality or fiction. That's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week when we have a new discussion on a new topic.